Welcome back, guys, and I got some surprising news. The Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 trailer is out. Yarnaby. Meaning, the next trailer is probably going to be Doughy, the Dough Man thing. And this is what he looks like, and that is kind of terrifying. His mouth can do that. Kind of reminds me of the Bendy that we see in, like, what he originally was like. His face could split down the middle into a mouth, but let's watch it. Kind of reminds me of Skibbity Toilet when they fall down, but yeah. But also, eventually we have to fight Boxy Boo, eventually, right? Huh, so, wait, this is the Poppy gas. That's the Poppy gas. Also, meaning the prototype send us down here to die by Yarnaby. Caves 1C, meaning there's more caves. So there's caves. So it went so low, we're in a cave right now. That's actually kind of crazy. That's how far he sent us down. Meaning he's even lower. But yeah, they have the Poppy gas. Maybe that's how we defeat him. But this also seems as like where they get rid of toys, maybe. Well, at least one of the places. Also, this is a lot of Poppy gas. I think this is... So we turned it on. Because we did turn on a machine with Poppy gas. And I think this is where it's going. Oh, wait, that's actually kind of interesting. It floods into the cells, meaning this was made for like making them go to sleep or incapacitating them for some reason. Meaning they had a reason to incapacitate the experiments. That's actually kind of crazy. They turned on the machine and incapacitated them for reasons. I don't know if it was if this is one where they are kept before they were turned into toys, or this is where the toys are kept so they can go into the cell and probably like feed them or something. One of the creepy critters. That was Yarnaby. That was Yarnaby's claw. Wait a minute. That's a claw. That Yarnaby just killed it for no reason. Also, the power's on. That's kind of... Also, I think Game Theory was right. Someone's watching. But he's gonna be like a lion now. What is that? That kind of looks like a bird, but could be something else. What? Okay, what is that? But there's an... He makes noises? Oh, also, I like the spit. January 4th. Well, January. Wish list now. Oh, but that is cool. But there is like a room. It's one I think we're gonna incapacitate him and kill him that way. But, oh, that means the end scene is gonna probably be a lot like Huggy Wuggy. is I'm thinking of because he's like a lion. So that's, or we're going to burn him alive. But, or actually another idea, from behind, we could see maybe the prototype from behind kills him and drags his body away. Or he disappears like, ooh. Not gonna lie, this is actually pretty cool. How did they think this was gonna be? Good. But also, like, does he see out of those? But again, this reminds me of Big D. What one of his original things was gonna be, his head split down the middle. But he also has like a second mouth on the inside. But also meaning this place is gonna be dark. And also I think meaning I think we're gonna fight this thing first, we're gonna kill it, and then the doughy man, dude, we're gonna kill last, and his body's dragged to the prototype. But we need to look at this more. Why is there an eye on the monitor though? I think that's Doughy Man, because look at it. Because look, that kind of looks like a monster. And why show a random eye? Unless if I think it's the Dough Man. Why? Making me think he's gonna be a black gooey creature like Seek, kind of, except probably bigger and with more eyes. Because here's the thing, why does multiple eyes? Because we see multiple eyes, and also we saw one of the creepy critters. And these guys are gonna be hiding in piles, and we're going to have to shoot at them to make them go away. But also meaning this chapter is going to be a lot more gory. And a lot more creepy. Because, also look at that. It looks like a beak to me, so I think he's a bird. Like, I've seen like this purple bird. As a creepy critter, so I think he's the bird one. But I don't think the eye. Wait a minute. Wait. Look at it. Also, so he's making. Look, he's like showing emotion. Making. Oh wait, I think he's the one that's controlling Yarnaby. Because Yarnaby doesn't seem sentient. He seems like an animal, like a predator. Kind of like Cat Death, except a lot more stupid. Like, you can see. Also, Yarnaby, yeah, he's more like a lion though, but you could see, look, he was like, But I think this is Yarnaby, so I think we're gonna be seeing computers. And also we saw cameras watching us. Before that, we saw cameras watching us. Making me think Yarnaby is being controlled by the Dough dude. And we're gonna find the Dough dude and kill him, and then the prototype's gonna take him. I knew the prototype wasn't going to be the final, this chapter. Because we have a lot more characters to explore, like Boxy Boo, for example. There's also light. He's controlling the screen. Also, maybe this might represent the Poppy Playtime facility, because we got that top layer chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then we are on chapter 4, and then 5, and 6. We got nothing different. Look at it, and then he gets happy, and then look, he shows that symbol. What does that symbol mean? But that is cool. His face can split down the middle, but it does make me think we are going to do like what we did in chapter 3 is go to different places to do stuff to fix the machine, I think. But oh, I like that noise too. That is like really like ugh. But making me think this thing's more like a pet to the dough dude. Or here's the thing. There's also a second thing I think could happen. He kills the dough dude. He eats him. And I know what you're thinking. Why do you think that? Also, sorry, my nose is stuffy right now, so. But that is what I'm thinking. But we can see more of him. I think it's like the redesign of the flower. Because he looks has the head of like the flower. I mean. But also Catnap did this. And like the dark kind of looks like the catnap. But meaning this dude might not be on the front of it. But look, it looks like the flower design that they got rid of. That was originally the bunny dude. I forget his name. Not Bonzo Bunny. I don't know why. My brain thought for that for a sec. But yeah, he looks like the replacement for like the flower dude that we saw was like rejected, but we still saw a statue of him, and I think in chapter 2 still. But oh, I love this. But we can also see his legs, so yeah, he is a 4-legged creature, making me think he's not gonna be like Catnap. He's going to be more like Huggy Wuggy, where he's not sentient. He's just hungry and just wanting to eat us. But January, I'm guessing January 4th, but I could be wrong, and it could just be January. But oh, I want to see if I can notice anything. Also, that's coming. But see what I mean? Like, I don't think it's gonna be like that. But we do see the front of it. We don't see the top of it. We only hear her. Making me think we lose the audio. But the cool thing, there's a lot of pipes, meaning this was meant to, like, also shipment crates. Look, there's crates and forklifts. I mean, these crates were carrying something. Maybe these might be the... They kind of also look like maybe to keep, like, the little toys inside. But it is cool, we can see. So we see our body. That's interesting. Cool, we don't... So we are like a... It looks like we're a male, but also we're gonna also... And also ready. I mean, we're gonna be activating things a lot in this chapter, because... Like opening doors with the hand, or activating... This is a cage. But yeah, look. Meaning... Also making me think Yarnaby is maybe the one. also killing these two. I think Yarnaby can see, but I'm not. There's blood on the wall. But yeah, Yarnaby has like a cat foot. We can see it looks like Catnap's foot. But yeah, someone's definitely watching this channel. Making me think definitely that I'm going to have to kill Yarnaby and find the dough dude. I don't know what problem is. We might figure out what I think after Yarnaby we're gonna get the dough dude. And then oh, I didn't even realize that. Look at this frame. His eye is like gigantic. Yeah. But he plays a noise, meaning... Oh, I didn't even realize we can hear him breathing. Oh. You can hear him breathing in the trailer. But he plays a noise. I don't know if it was the dough dude. Actually, it could be. The dough dude might have actually been like, he's over here. Maybe that might be a big mechanic that he actually can't see and these eyes are just for show. Because we do hear music too, so it could have been Yarnaby plays the music, or it was the dough dude, because... So we hear a noise. It's definitely Yarnaby, not me. They make a noise. They breathe. But yeah. Not gonna lie. I love this. So I'm suspecting January 4th or just January. Don't take my thing on it. I'm just saying it might be January 4th, but it most likely is not. So. But I actually like that. That he's a cat too, like Catnap, except just like Catnap, he's being controlled by someone. And we might see eyes on monitors. Because the dough dude is copyrighted, so we definitely know he's gonna be like Play-Doh. And maybe we might melt him in the furnace, like we did do to Mommy, but like Mommy Longlegs, we didn't do that with Mommy Longlegs, even though we did kind of hint. Maybe we might not melt him, I don't know, but that's just my thought. What does it say at the bottom? Like, Mom Entertainment, okay. But that's new though. Being the critter, but I'm watching this one, right? So
everyone who hates ads will be using this Chrome extension by 2025. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. It's a Chrome extension called Pi that lets you either block ads or get paid to see them. But look what happens when I enable Pi. I don't know about you, but that was the most satisfying thing I've seen all week. I've never seen an ad blocker that pays you to watch ads. That's why Pi is so cool. It allows you to capitalize on ads that are capitalizing on you. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it's
continue. Sorry guys, I had to, cause I can't. YouTube's going to strike my balls. But we will get someone else's thoughts on this. I do want to get someone else's thoughts on this, so I'm watching his video so you guys can get some perspective. But go watch his video for yourself and subscribe to him. Subscribe to Sheep Rampage. So how have you guys been doing? Great. I hope you guys been doing good. Yeah, there's nothing really to do. I'm sorry. It's I can't let YouTube strike me down. But hey, there is a game that I found that was made by Notch. I'm gonna play that eventually. On my phone I could skip the ad. But not on my computer, bro. Ow. Ow. I bent my... Ew. Bent in, there was like a scab, so it broke the scab in half. Now it's bleeding. Yeah, it's bleeding. And don't worry, I'm gonna play Finding Frankie. Seems like a good game. Also, Matt Pat is leaving. Before we start, I gotta turn this back on. Yeah.
Chapter 4's next trailer was just released today, and it hides mountains of secrets, from new locations, new lore reveals, dozens of new theories about the upcoming chapter, and of course the reveal of the next main villain, Yarnaby, who is not what I was expecting. So today, Mob on their channel went ahead and dropped another brand new trailer for Chapter 4 in anticipation for its January release, specifically highlighted around the upcoming character Experiment 1166, or Yarnaby, who was revealed last week in the Chapter 4 ARG, and boy does this trailer deliver everything we could have ever wanted and more. The trailer starts off taking place directly after the events of Chapter 3, with us speeding down the lift while also hearing the screams of Poppy from the end of the last chapter, before we are engulfed in the red smoke, suggesting it will make a return. In the next shot, we see the red smoke flowing from the pipes above as we make our way down to the bottom of the lift, showing the entrance of the Chapter 4 location. While walking through in the trailer, we get a top-down view.
One actually... I don't. Oh, that's just a forklift, but I kind of thought that was
of some other thing appearing to be watching us make our journey throughout the area, then showing our first entrance point called Caves 1C next to some kind of a hand scanner. As we pass through the cave area, we see the red smoke pipes following behind us along with a mysterious shadowy figure before we make it into this large room with these same pipes that then pan to dozens of piles of destroyed toys.
So I think it's before next someone made a theory before the catnap was gonna be like a cat and like.
We get another shot of the same room showcasing the red pipes.
Theory's coming into fruition right now, except not with catnap, but with Barnaby.
This weird red, blue, and yellow square thing, which we've seen plenty of times before in Chapter 4's rollout. But then, mysteriously, in the piles of toys, suddenly the shadowy figure from earlier comes scurrying down the pile, which will matter here in a second. In the next shot, we continue our journey through a room filled with...
I'm thinking we might blow him up because he has like a mouth. And we have a gun.
These red smoke pipes going down a long hallway that lead to the infamous room full of prison cells we saw in some previous chapters.
Because we saw he has like an inner mouth. Now I'm thinking, what if we shoot him down the little mouth that he has? When he tries to
for screenshots, where inside said cells we can see, like the rooms in Playcare, red smoke was administered from the tubes into the prison cells. More interestingly, in the next shot, we see ourselves continuing our journey where we catch the attention of a new unrecognizable critter coming towards our...
It's the creepy critter. Making me think those, things
before suddenly being stepped on by another larger mysterious creature. We then in the next shot see that there are CCTV cameras tracking something down here, followed by the player encountering the office lobby room of the prison through these gates, which you might recognize from another one of the Chapter 4 screenshots. As
yeah, but also making me think someone's watching
we keep making our journey.
Two things are watching us, Yarnaby and the Doe Dude.
A TV can be seen here showing off the CCTV cameras, revealing the same puffy creature from before coming directly our way. Then finally, we get a direct view of the player walking towards the lobby where a mysterious TV stands there showing some kind of an eyeball staring directly at us with what appears to be another deceased critter, possibly the same one from before, on top of it. The eye, after a little bit of moving around, suddenly turns bright red, causing us to turn around and look at our surroundings. We then hear a weird, unfamiliar tune right behind us, and as we look and shine our light, we are given a full reveal of the next Chapter 4 character, Yarnaby, who gives us a smile before opening his mouth sideways.
Because see, that would be a perfect hole to shoot down. And also meaning his neck is kind of his mouth. Kind of like a turkey.
Revealing sharp and decrepit teeth, which is where the trailer ends. Now, there are a lot of things to break down here, but starting with the first and seemingly most prevalent part of this entire trailer, after we go down into the lift, the first shot is of the red gas in what appears to be some kind of a pipe, which continues throughout the rest of the trailer, leading into the prison cells where we see it was being used on all of the prisoners, presumably just like the children in Playcare to help them fall asleep. And this explains a ton, as you might have already noticed, but these are the same pipes from the ending of Chapter 3, where after we spend the entire game trying to restore power to the gas production zone, we move all of the gas from the right to the left and seemingly into the lift, to judge from the pipes that head downward, shooting it all down into the prison area for a currently unknown reason. I don't know why Poppy would have us do this, but for better or worse, this also...
Maybe it's actually maybe the incapacitate
still confirms the gas, and unfortunately the gas mask will be returning, so we can expect that game mechanic to make a reappearance. Then in the next shot, when we finally reach the ground level, you will notice these weird little storage bins with that same square symbol, which looks like it's meant to be the same area from the original Chapter 4 teaser trailer we got in September that had the same exact storage units and seems to be in that same exact area. And in the next shot, we see who we would come to find out is Yarnaby stalking us from the moment we get off the lift, suggesting similar to Catnap, they are going to be a roaming enemy who isn't in one area and is following us around for the entire duration of the game, which
and also making me think that we're going to be led to a boss fight eventually. Because again, Doe Man seems like he's the one controlling the cameras.
which I absolutely love to see. In the next scene, which shows the Caves 1C sign and a little blue hand here that says red.
I think it makes me think like one sector or one cave, like first cave. So there might be
We first off can guess that this little scanner thing is going to be a new gameplay mechanic of some sorts in Chapter 4, where maybe we have to get new hands that are authorized to open these areas, or maybe have to turn on the power to these scanners to open the doors like what we've done in all of the other chapters. I'm not really sure. But this signage here also confirms, as we see later in the trailer, along with the prison.
Sector, I think. I mean, I think it means sector, though.
We will also be getting to explore the caves of Playtime Co., giving us another second location, which we get to see more of in this shot, showing piles upon piles of now deceased smiling critters and other toys. Now, these piles could be here for a couple of reasons, both of which are extremely sinister. One, this could have been used as like a dumpster place for the employees and scientists. Like when an experiment would die or fail, they would just dump them out here because they had no way of disposing of them publicly without people finding out and shutting the factory down. Or possibly even more twisted, these could also be the bodies of the toys eaten by Yarnaby and the other inhabitants of the prison.
I don't think he's gonna show up. Maybe. But I think he's gonna be like, if he shows up, I'm gonna think he's gonna be acting like Yarnaby, though. And also, I don't think the prototype needs a
Since we know they've had to have been eating and surviving down here for 10 years before the player comes back to the factory, so it also makes total sense that these could be the bodies of Yarnaby that he has been eating all of this time. I mean, we saw a very similar thing in this other Chapter 4 area from the first teaser with Baba Chops, so it's a pattern at this point. We even get to see a little Huggy right here in the pile, so there's your confirmation he is officially back in Chapter 4. In the next shot, we see right by the caves is the entrance into the prison, which is again marked by this weird square symbol, which for now I can only really speculate on, but I'm assuming this is meant to be some kind of a private marker or symbol representing the prison, since we see the icon everywhere inside of the prison, and even on documents simply related to the prison it's stamped with the same symbol. So it's definitely super important, and while
actually,
again I don't know for sure what it means, I can only guess that maybe since there was so much classified information in the prison with the experiments and all of the
I didn't realize that there's a speaker. Might be a perfect idea for the doughy man to be able to play music or I don't know, talk to us through there.
Employees working inside of there. This symbol might have been like a secret marker that this was the prison without labeling the documents and having big signs saying prison all over them, which would obviously reveal Playtime Co. was holding creatures down underground, which they obviously wouldn't want people to know. This
kind of makes sense because the door
would also explain why they removed the prison sign, which was supposed to be shown at the end of Chapter 3 originally, because they simply didn't want anyone to know there was a prison hundreds of feet below the factory. Going into the prison area, we get a better look at what the cells where the toys were being contained in looks like, showing they'll have benches and other small objects, but other than that, that's it. So it's not really the greatest living conditions for them.
Yeah.
In the next shot, we see an unknown small little critter walking towards the player before being crushed by Yarnaby. And at first, I assumed this character was Catnap. You guys probably did as well, but
no, because it has like a little fluff there and a little fluff there, and Catnap doesn't have that.
YouTuber Lightning, fittingly enough, pointed out to me right here that you could see the charm of this critter is in the shape of a...
And again, you see the fluff, no ears. He has
lightning
ears.
and cloud, and their hair is poked up on the top and over here on
Also,
the right, which
he's
appears
kind of
to be a
dark.
plush version of the nightmare critter Poe, who shares the same charm and hair.
Yeah, and also he has no ears. Also, he's kind of a darker colors than Catnap. Catnap's a more
Formations
brighter
in their
color.
design, which is really cool, but it's kind of sad to see Poe get a whopping 3 seconds of screen time before being killed off and put on the TV at the end of the trailer. In the next shot, we see some
Yeah, at least he didn't get
CCTVs
kicked.
moving and following either us or Yarnaby around the factory, and this could suggest there is somebody moving the cameras and is trying to watch us, especially since in the recent Story So Far videos, we learned Harley Sawyer has been watching us through the cameras the entire time. Then finally, of course, we see the really weird eye.
And look, that does look like skinish. Making me think he might be like a
ITV
muscle-ish
thing
monster.
before we meet our boy Yarnaby, who, by the way, I just have to say, has an almost perfect design. They have a perfect medium of both cute as a toy and scary as a monster. Mob definitely killed it with his design.
Yeah.
And speaking on this final scene, there are a lot of confusing elements here to break down. First off, there's the eyeball, which seems to look directly at us before suddenly turning red, which I guess indicated us to look back behind ourselves. Seeming like possibly this eye was able to track Yarnaby and alert us of his presence somehow. And this
Yeah, making me think he, like, Game Theory's theory is right, and he has been turned into a toy. The Doe
gives
Man
me a
specifically.
ton of questions lore-wise, because we've been seeing over the past ARGs a bunch of references to cult-like all-seeing eye figures, seeming like there is some kind of religion or something going around the factory, which this could possibly be related to. Maybe it's meant to be symbolism that...
And also, it seems like for some reason these were places like they would write something down for some reason. But also, this place kind of reminds me of
Yarnaby can see
With them
everything
and
because we see them following us
children
around throughout
and
our
everything.
entire journey, but I'm not really sure. And in terms of what is going on with Yarnaby, who has finally been revealed, he looks like he's of course meant to be some kind of a yarn monster and doesn't really appear to be based on any kind of animal like we were expecting. He does sort of
Lion.
have a mane made of yarn and some kinds of claws on his feet, similar to something like a lion, but otherwise he is a completely original design, which is
Also, he has scratches on his face. I just realized that. But also, he kind of looks like the flower. Like, look at the flower and then look at him. He kind of looks like that.
honestly
I don't think
perfect.
it's
And in terms of
100%
how he will
right.
work in the game, as we mentioned throughout the trailer, he appears to be a stalking type of enemy who follows us around not just through the prison or the caves, but throughout the entire lower floor before confronting us at the very end, which is revealed through his own little tune that plays when he's right behind us. This stalking nature and the little
It kind of seems like one of those toys that you were supposed to press a button and a speaker would play like music. Maybe like to soothe a child to sleep. or
tune that
something.
plays here seems to me like Yarnaby is going to be a roaming villain who follows us around, of course, as we mentioned, and possibly this distorted song we hear right before spotting him could be something akin to like Bellora's game mode from Sister Location, where we had to listen to her jingle to hear if she was close or far away from us at any given time.
Actually, yeah. But I also think the Doe dude is not trying to help us. I think he is taking Yarnaby and made him his slave, basically. His pet. Because it is weird. Why is it all set up? And Yarnaby does not look smart enough to do that. He looks like he's an animal. But the Doe dude, the man,
I imagine, or at least am hoping, Yarnaby works somewhat similar, because that would be insanely cool and really scary, especially since we've wanted a roaming enemy in the game like that for so long. And what I also find interesting is the shape of his head when he shows off his teeth and mouth. Since if you've been keeping up with the Chapter 4 ARG, we know that Yarnaby really had this odd obsession with toys' heads, trying to constantly pop them off and swap them around with each other for a currently unknown reason. It seemed to be a crucial and important detail about his personality, but we haven't figured out what it means yet. And using this information, looking at his bigger body design, he has the teeth in the front outer area that look like they are meant to be used for biting, and then there's the inner teeth, which I guess are meant to be used for eating his victims. And this, along with the circular shape of his head, makes me wonder if maybe he was designed to bite the heads off of his victims and trap them inside before consuming them whole encased in his mouth. I don't know, that's my only guess on what this could be for looking at his design. Another really interesting couple questions I have relating to Yarnaby is what even is he, like what kind of toy, and how was his bigger body used and created for inside of the prison? Well,
it kind of looks like a baby toy, not gonna lie, it kind of does look like a baby toy or like an arts and crafts kind of thing. But it seems like he had a speaker, so if you pressed it, he would play music, probably for like a baby. Again, I think he's like a baby toy. Not meant for like a kid.
Well, for one, it's possible that he was maybe meant to be a music-related toy of some sorts for children and maybe played like lullabies or something as a toy. And as for his bigger body,
I think he's for like
judge from him being super sneaky and being able to travel large distances really fast, I wonder if maybe he was meant to be the guard of the prison and was dedicated to catching and eliminating prisoners who might have tried to escape. But that's really only me guessing for now until we get some more new information. And also, while this trailer is clearly centered around the red gas and of course Yarnaby, I'm curious on what's going on with the other toys like Pianosaurus, who was also revealed in an earlier ARG clue.
Actually, like a dragon, he's probably going to be guarding someplace and he gets murdered, so we might see 3 or 4 villains.
Maybe that will be saved for a different trailer or something.
Please tell me that we get Boxy Boo in this. I want him to appear. But Pianosaurus, it seems like gonna be like kind of reminds me of Jeffy's cat Piano, but he might get murdered because there's a horde of like dead bodies, so we might be like on a pile.
Because I'm really
so never mind. I'm thinking Yarnaby, Pianosaurus, and then
curious. However, overall, this trailer is honestly just perfect. This is probably the best trailer we've gotten for Poppy. It's long,
horrifying.
it's cinematic, it gives us some clues while still keeping us wondering and excited, and especially after the honestly somewhat underwhelming first Chapter 4 teaser from September that caused a lot of people to think Chapter 4 was going to be rushed. This takes things to a whole nother level, so I'm way more excited for the chapter, and if you are too, make sure to check out this video to learn even more about the upcoming game.
But guys, love you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, share this with whoever. But yeah, that's my theory. Not theory, speculation that we're gonna fight Yarnaby, then the Pianosaurus dude, like on a horde, and then we're gonna trap him and then he gets murdered. And then I think we are going to fight the Dough Man and he gets murdered and the prototype actually takes his body parts. But love you guys and bye bye.